touched on it a minute ago, Barbara, but in light of the coronavirus, right, and huge financial impacts, maybe more pre-retirees and maybe people even in retirement might be needing to go back to work.
Yes.
So what advice do you have for them?
A really good point. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. So there was a study done not long ago that showed, and it really blew me away, 4 to 5 people who retire return to the workforce within 18 months. That is a phenomenal number. You know, my dad, he couldn't wait to retire. And when he retired, he was not thinking about going back to work. So it's different today. And it's different not only because of economics, it's also different because people lose that sense of identity. So I think that, we don't know what's going to happen when things, I wouldn't even say get back to normal. We all know there's no such thing anymore. But when things, I say, settle down. Yes, people will need to return from retirement to the workforce. And I think the same is true for them as is true for anyone. And that is, you first need to know what your priorities are and what motivates you. And then you need to know what your competencies are. And I say, not only what your competencies are, but what are those skills that you have that you enjoy using? Because, you might say, well, I can bake really well, but I'm tired of that. I've done too much of that in my life. So we want to find the match where there's interest in that competency and confidence in that competency. And then we ask the question, okay, who needs that? Where do those skills, where are they needed in the marketplace? And that's a process. Sometimes, I think we all hold assumptions about what certain things are like. People might say, oh, I couldn't possibly do that. I don't have the right qualifications. Well, how do you actually know that? Well, I think that's true. So a lot of the work that I do is encouraging people to do some fact-checking and reality testing. That's a little bit down the road once they've figured out what their skills are. But that's a very important part.